maybe up. Hang on. I get myself on the screen here. Okay, I think I got it in there. I think I got it in what I need. Oh no. Oops. I want to get my thing back in here. Hang on 1 second, guys. I want to get rid of that. I want to get myself back in here. Hang on, guys. Not what I wanted to get in there. I want this one. Just want to get myself in the screen. Hang on, guys. Okay. I might have it. All right, we're talking Moderna here. Kind of pulling in. I said I was thinking like maybe 34.50 or so. No great rush there to get in there because when it does pull in, all right, it can pull in a hurry. Novavax I had out there too as a morning purchase. Was not a happening thing before. Okay, checking it now. Still north of $8, has been 8.24, but a non-event here. I mean, not being sure where to price it. I was way down 6.99. All right, do want to go back to that LHX, which has managed to mess up my day so far. Still 347 here. I'm 344.20 and 340.27 for it. Okay, and I did pick up something here, 359 range this morning, and I should have known better when it was looking lower. It was actually looking though. It was looking like 370 something. Then it was looking 367. Then it opens 361. But there wasn't time to get out of Dodge, so you deal with that. And it was good that I'd cut size, and I do have one profitable like $5 trade in there, and I do have my Pure Storage, which has me like close to flat on the day as far as P&L, but it's still haunting me, And again, there are things we do stupid things sometimes. At least I was smart enough rather to cut my size, in a stupid situation, but staying with it in this consolidation. And we'll see. There might be a hickey I have to take at some point, but we'll see. It's small. It's small enough that it shouldn't affect me too badly, and in the grand scheme of things, And it balances. Sometimes the trades we do, we play the P&L game. I know the month's gotten off to a good start. The days I've actually traded, and that comes into it too. That comes into mindset. Mind you, I don't want to bet the ranch on things and blow how my month is going, but that's certainly not the case right now with this. So just giving you a heads up and giving you reasoning. There has to be reasoning behind stuff. We don't do things just for the sake of doing things. All right. Always try to be smart about it. Does it always work out? Absolutely not. All right. So things to bear in mind. Wisdom from someone who's messed up plenty of times in their life, but have muddled through to see some really good profits. I would like to go now back to GEV. Okay, checking here. All right, hanging still. All right, lower part of that 650 to 660 range now. All right, would it break it and want to get back to 640? That's definitely a possibility. Maybe a 640 trade if it comes in that much. I don't have anything in. I don't have anything relevant here. All right, but obviously I'm watching it. CEG, looking at it at the same time, since we can draw similar inferences here. Okay, right around 340. Came into that first move up on the day and hanging out around 340. Range is better than yesterday. Okay. Is there a trade? I don't know. Maybe 337 or something. That could be something. And again, that would be a smaller trade for me. but we'll see. Want to go back to the quantum guys, which I had as morning longs. Ion Q was pulling a little, has pulled in more. Okay, under 49 now, getting more interesting. 47.64 for it. Still have a good 45, almost 45 minutes here. All right, so another leg down, and could be long. Not giving it up yet. 45-minute. Because it's a morning trade. Relative strength. My relative strength plays go away at 11 o'clock, and then I'll have to rethink where I want to be for the whole day here. Okay, QBTS a little less than $1 away. I'm 27.10 for it, and Rigetti. Hang on, I haven't put any of these guys in yet, by the way. All right, 24.60. All right, okay, just put in Rigetti. Okay, so I'm 23.80 for it. Actually, put it in. There. Okay, so my Rigetti is in. The other two guys are not in as of now. All right. Where he goes, maybe let me revisit real fast here, because I see Rigetti with a down candle. Hang on. QBTS, a little less than $1. All right. Just put in QBTS. All right. Ion Q. I was farther away. But we'll move a little bit faster. So maybe I'm going to do that. Hang on. Yeah, I'm like $1. So hang on. Okay. Ion Q just put in as well. All right. So those guys, I am bidding for those guys. We'll see what happens there. Let's go back to the two earnings situations. JP Morgan. Slide. It could be a slow slide kind of day here. All right. The range is okay. Not outstanding for an earnings day. All right. Around $13 worth of range. And again, I'm 301, so I'm a good ways away. But the context of the day, we have a long way to go. Delta was right around 70 last we checked. Okay, and we see here, come off a little consolidating here. I'm not looking to do anything, kind of like middles of where I'd go long or short. So not much there. This TVTX was, I don't know, was it acting like it wanted to start to fill? I don't even know. I think it was acting like it's just doing a whole lot of nothing. All right, now has come off. Since last time we checked, it slid down a little bit. So nothing close there. $3 worth of range is not a lot of range for a stock down. The gap down, like 25% or so. Now it's down like 30%. So again, I'm far away, far away. It's like some kind of kid's story. Intel, another day, another new high, that kind of thing. What did I say? 48 here or 49 Intel? Where I'd short it. Sneaking down. I said essentially 49, 48.92. All right, so fairly good away there. The AMD I had put in, having an order into short at 225.24. And we see AMD, of course, going the wrong way, but was getting interesting, trading 222 there, but sliding, darn it, or something stronger than that. Let's keep this. We'll keep this kind of a PG stream here. All right, PG, JG going PG. I know I'm very punny. Consolidation here. Not much more to say. Haven't added since I sold that other piece I picked up. Had sold that in sold that at 353, but hasn't been back that way in a while. So kind of quiet here. Still have an icky part here, but not a big piece. Continue to monitor. What can I do? We follow stuff, and Unless it doesn't get too nasty. I can tell, and I'm looking to pick up more stock, obviously, too. I said that. I said I'm 344 and change, 340 and change, but not being aggressive. Pure storage sliding. It'd be interesting if I, having already been short, if I look to pick up some stock and where little up, you know, somewhere along in here. I'm not gonna come up with something yet, but it does slide in chunks. So, i.e. the move there that got me short, at least I had it out there, at least smart enough to have it out there, and had my alerts on quiet. Normally I have them on buzz, but I had it on quiet. I didn't even know I was short, Too bad I didn't see it till here. I could cover here. Now I'd be more alert than that. One would hope more alert than that. Uh, Other tech names here. Let's look at Oracle. Okay, we got a little less than 40 minutes in on left in what I just call it a morning session here. When I'm with you guys, Oracle hanging 203 or so, been sliding slowly. I'm definitely looking for a bigger move one way or the other today, and neither is quite working out for me so far. Check Nvidia, then we'll check Micron. Nvidia, we weren't seeing much prior. Looking back here now, slow move down, bit of a consolidation. Range is just diddly squat as far as range goes. That's. I thought I chose to follow it today, and not really paying any dividends as far as like following it in general. Micron sliding. Far away in Micron too. 321, 321.03 for it. Did make a new high this morning. Not exactly a shocker because it seems like it makes a new high at least three days out of the trading week. All right, but coming in, 321 might be a good price. I mean, I remember doing some work there, and it's sliding, but it's not making big moves. But a couple of quick candles. We'll see as far as that goes. I want to go IBM. So it was right around. I think it was it was right around 310 then. All right, now it's more like it's 308. So another guy coming in slowly. I am just below 301 to look to pick it up. Not in a rush here, and that's down here. And just looking here, okay, could be a good spot because it did do a little bit there before it took off yesterday. So I have an idea there. Let's look Rivian and Tesla. Rivian sliding, but no range here at all. Tesla. Waiting here. All right, so bottom, basically whole day's been consolidation, but now it looks like it's going below that, so giving it up. All right, so failing to that side. Where am I thinking long here? I'm thinking down 20 points. Feasible for Tesla, yes, but as of now, nothing I'm going to be watching. Although breaking down, semi-watching. Any of you guys new to this as far as charts? I know this is just a very, very bland trading view chart, but it suits its purpose for me talking to you guys as far as sharing what's going on. And I like 5-minute charts, and I don't want any indicators on here because I see things better. All right, just personal preference as far as stuff goes. All right, as far as where I'm getting my trading from, I just my own spreadsheet. All right, my own homework every single morning. All right, I have certain stocks that I follow and certain ones that when that are in the news that day that I will follow for that day and maybe a couple of days thereafter. All right, and everything's scripted and everything's set up, and I stick with that. And if it's a different situation I'm going into, it's going to be less shares. All right, may approach it, but it's going to be less shares. Had followed ANF yesterday, Abercrombie and Fitch. I remember the cool store they used to have down by the seaport. I don't know if it's still there anymore. Down Lower Manhattan by the South Street Seaport. I don't know if it's there. Looked like it was going to try to start to fill, which is something it didn't do yesterday, which is the reason I got rid of it. As far as following it another day, all right, didn't quite do that, but I started to watch it again, or made a note to watch it again when it started to make this move like it wanted to fill. Hasn't done it. I don't know. Is there a trade here? Do we want to play a breakout that didn't happen yesterday? Maybe. I mean, if that's your thing, that's not really my thing. And if I do decide to do it, it would be less share, about a fifth normal size here. Okay, which is getting to be my mantra as far as things that I'm not following on that given day. Wanting to get in less, either quarter size or half size, or even third or whatever. I'll go back and look at Pure Storage. I did have a short and pure Storage, which I forgot to follow. That at least I did get it short there, and it came in some more after that. I took it off after I realized I was short when I didn't hear my indicator go off. Set on silent, pulling in, and I said like 72s. I'm thinking like 72.70, 72.60, something like that to go long. I'm going to go. All right, just went with 72.70. Okay, and about third my normal size there. All right, so now if it does come in that much, and it does make quick moves, I'm there. So at least I have something there. All right. Let me take a fast look at LHX and see anything else happening there. Bear with me as the screen comes back. Waiting on it. Waiting. All right, so back 350 or so. I just have that one small piece. Was looking to add, but lower. Had one other trade in it, but still have that initial piece from 359 that I'm hanging with, and obviously not looking good, but it's small enough that has kept me in it since that first big down move there. Really big down move there. And again, that was a situation that changed as we got toward the open. All right, so I had priced it out, a good 45 minutes beforehand when it was looking higher, and I failed to make the adjustment there. All right, but it was still looking higher, and then all of a sudden it opens a lot lower than I expected. And we get caught there. I get caught. I'll be the first one to admit there that I got caught, and things happen. And again, the only thing I was smart enough to do was to be a lot smaller in size. So still not a good situation, but tolerable because of that. MongoDB had a morning long, got a half hour left in these relative strike longs. I didn't have any shorts this morning, but see it up. I hit the wrong. I did it backwards there. Okay, hit up NBD for some reason. Like I said, I swear I'm dyslexic. Okay, pulling in here, so I'm going to do. Okay, just put in. I got a half hour, but I just put in 404.69. All right, I'm not going to look below yet. Actually, I will look below. I'm going to find one more price here. Okay, because I do segment in on all my trades. I never want to get too much too soon. All right, I got a 404, and I'm not going to put it in, but I got a 399.70 as my next entry point. Okay, didn't put it in, but 399.70 wide there because it's a mover. Okay, from prior experience, did not have great range yesterday, but it can move. Really can move. So been just below 410, so I put in my 404.69. We'll see what happens there. Got a less than a half hour. Excuse me, that I got canceled because it was just a relative strength morning play in that it went out well yesterday. That was the whole impetus there. Okay. I'm going to go to the VAX stocks, two of which I have as relative strength longs. but more so to just see what they're doing, see if there are any trades, potential trades here. Not enough consolidation here for trade Biontech. Slid down a bit. The Novavax, I was way off too. Waiting on it. Still hanging 803, but very, very little range. No reason for me to get involved there. Moderna, I said 34 something. Any closer there for a potential trade? See if it's done some. Yeah, it's kind of similar down move to Biontech, but still hanging high 35s. I would look for it to come in down here, probably a little bit little south of 3450 before I do something there. Okay, let's go back. J.P. Morgan. There's J.P. Morgan and Delta with earnings. Okay, a little bit of a bounce back here. Okay, after it was below 314. All right, kind of a first halfway decent green candle that we've seen all day in J.P. Morgan on an earnings day. And Delta was back below 70. Checking here. All right, definitely consolidation, then pushing back above 70 here. All right. Will it make a move? It's got to get through this stuff too. All right. I'd say it's more apt to though on an earnings day. More. Got to give things more leeway in earnings situations and news situations. So obviously keep an eye on it. Back to Intel and AMD, which got upgraded. Intel, hang it out. I'm willing to short it $2 higher in the 4890s. Okay, and no rush here as far as this goes. So just kind of gapped in this, continue to go up. A little bit of a consolidation here in the last half hour. As far as AMD goes, last we checked, that was rolling over. Yeah, so got to 222 and change throughout my short, low 225s. Rolled, little consolidation here. I'm not really looking to go long here. I need to see a lot of fill here in this gap. Looking back on yesterday, I was like looking to short it yesterday morning just above 210. Never got there. But how things change. And day to day, you need that flexibility. You need to remember what happened or what's happened before, but have the flexibility to do what you should be doing that the next day. All right, so things change pretty fast there. I did want to look at AI. So I see it coming off. All right, so came off pretty good. What did I say in AI this morning? Maybe I should be putting something in here, depending on what price level I'm at. Okay, yeah, all right, so AI. All right, just put in my 1280. All right, so 1280 is in. I want to look up two more prices here, which I'm not going to enter yet, but just want to see, just going off my spreadsheet. All right, I'm going 1228 and 1187 just to have them handy, but I'm not putting anything in yet. Okay, but AI has my attention, all right? It really does. And this is a stock, it kind of fell. If you go back to like December 2024, it was a $46 stock. I mean, you talk about the forgotten AI stock. I mean, I guess here we have it. All right, but it's a good. I like the move. I like it as a bang for your buck stock because I like the moves it makes as far as range goes, or it can make. This being one of these days where it's moving some. All right, so when it does move, there's opportunity, and that's why I follow it. Okay, going solar here. All four solar stocks I follow, I priced out. Okay, but I'm not particularly close in any of them after okay moves yesterday. Uh, Enphase was sliding, now rebounding a bit to the tune of 60 cents or so. I'm not close there though, so I'll leave it at that. For solar, it was kind of quiet last we checked. All right, pushing up here. I'm still a ways away, but first decent candle here. First decent candle gets my attention. To get my attention, rather. Okay, so there we go there. Looking Sunrun and Solar Edge too. Sunrun had okay range before. All right, these guys are getting going. Okay, these guys are getting going. Where am I short? Looking short there, far away, but that's going. Let's see Solar Edge now. So we seeing something similar? Nah, just hanging there. And I'm not looking to just jump into it. Maybe I should be, but I'm not looking. With some movement in Sunrun and some movement in First Solar and a little bit in Enphase. Do we hop on the laggard? I'm saying no here, but as I'm saying it, it's going up in front of me. But that's okay. Decision. Make snap decisions. It's part of the trading scheme. Make a decision and go with, and try not to second guess yourself. Sarepta was a big mover yesterday. Not same today. 80 some odd cents. I priced it. I do follow it, but I priced it because of yesterday's big moves. I priced it far out as far as range goes, so not close there. Okay, where can we go? Let's go back to PSTG, which I did throw in a 7270 bid. Okay, but we're kind of going across. Would love to see a couple of down candles here get me long. All right, and that'd be a nice day here, considering I forgot to price it out and made some money on the short side. If I could make some money on the long side now too, that would be pretty cool and pretty nice. Remember, making money more fun than losing money. Okay, still, we still get to trade and ride and all that stuff, but making money is better. Go back. Speaking of not making money, going back to LHX. Okay, we see it, coming back a little bit. Would like to see it get back. I never got some 344 stock, wasn't close to it. It was like a 340 346 situation way back here. All right, got the low 346s and decided on 344 right around then. Haven't gotten that. All right, it's a little bit better, 351, but nothing super here for me. Didn't look at par in a while because there wasn't much going on there. Okay, the range still isn't great. I wasn't sure where to price it, so priced it out. 36s long side, 44s short side. Nothing much really happening there, so it doesn't bear any more mentioning. And the TVTX, which I was clueless about too, as far as how to do things. Okay, not exactly seeing much here from before, but waiting on it. Was $3 worth of range and some really, really small candles here. Not a lot happening. I want to go back and check that Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay, and still, it could be a breakout trade. Looking to fill, hasn't shown that yet. I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm gonna go back and look at one more from yesterday. A firm where had one long trade and had three other ones that were close that wound up having to cancel. I'm just curious to see what it's doing today. I stopped following it, and it's taken forever for it to come up. But okay, here it is. And it did kind of kind of roll over. That's below levels from yesterday. All right, then bounced off that, and we get down $4 and change there worth of range. So decent range. Probably should have followed it. Should have followed today, but just because it did a lot of nothing, going back from like 11 o'clock or so yesterday. From when I left you guys yesterday, didn't do much. So kind of got out of there. Well, I got rid of it. I followed it for a day, made a little bit of money in it yesterday, and so it goes. Back to AI. We'll check out stocks that are down. All right, so coming back, of course, I throw a bid in there and starts to rally. It's okay. That's the way it goes sometimes. Still somewhat keep track of RGC and see it's down, and we got volume wise 400,000. So fair, better than average volume. Obviously, the volume has been picking up here, but not as active as it was last week, and would not look to short it. Not sure if I could borrow it. Actually, haven't tried to borrow it. And as far as going long, just to price out some kind of goof here, I had it mid $20 or so, $20 and change there. So way the heck away. But I'll keep following it. Going back to some techs. Micron. Still sliding slowly, all right. Has been below 338. Again, I'm pretty far away. But it's a long day. I'm going to be leaving you guys in about a little more than 15 minutes. But, obviously our day continues, and I'll let you know if I wind up doing anything in these guys. If I do some trades after. And again, I'm high 320. No, I'm right around 321 there, just a little bit above 321. So that's pretty far away. I like that the range is better today because the range was really bad yesterday. NVIDIA. Again, waiting on it. All right, we can see sliding from about 230 yesterday. Continued to slide. A little bit of consolidation here. As far as long side goes here, 175.32 for it. So really far away. Would take a bigger move. And the move, we're not even we're talking about not even $2 worth of range today. So that's definitely poor. And while I'm waiting for Oracle here, overall markets, S&P is basically flat. NASDAQ, off a little less than half a percentage. Dow half a percentage point. I mean, so let's get into earnings. Let's see some moves here. All right, let's get volatility going. Let's and typically we get volatility going when the market comes in. So we don't see, if we get slow up days, we're making new highs. It's a yawner, all right. But just playing what we're given, and again, all my stuff is scripted, so I'm going off of that, unless I hop into a smaller trade. Speaking of which, just want to visit Moderna real fast here before I go to Palantir. Again, Moderna it did not come down to what I wanted to see as yet, but I will keep an eye, and I may wind up doing some small trade here. Nothing right now. Palantir, haven't checked in a while. Did price it out, but hasn't moved a lot. $2.50 worth of range today is not a good move for Palantir. So obviously I'm not close there. I should be going back to the quantum stocks because we're almost out of time for going long as a relative strength trade, and I do have them in. Okay, so we see IonQ did get below 48, but I was 47.64. So that has not quite worked out. It's bounced to almost a buck here too. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, and then QBTS, D-Wave. Waiting for here. Okay, and again, it got under 28. Didn't really approach where I was looking to get long. All right, so obviously it didn't work in Rigetti. So they came in some. Oh, not so much Rigetti as far as bouncing goes. All right, Rigetti as well did not come in enough. I was 23.80 here, and I just pulled. I just canceled all three, even though it's got some time left. Make a little note there that I canceled them, and I will, I obviously will follow them, the rest of the day. If I'm looking to go long here, it'll be lower than the prices I mentioned. Okay, just so you know. MDB, as we're running, I do have that in. We're running out of time for relative strength plays, and it got up above. Right, I'll leave for now. I'll leave it, but 11 o'clock I'm canceling it. Those guys there I just canceled, but I'll leave it for now. Going back to our news and earnings stocks, or at least the ones I want to talk about here. JP Morgan was kind of coming off lows. Okay, couple of green candles here. Had done like a three candle move here before going lower and hanging out back around here. All right, so $2.50 off the lows. Delta. Okay, so moving back, like I said, it's got to get through this. But, a lot of things are possible on an earnings day. So we'll see how it goes there. Back to LHX, L3 Harris. Waiting on here. Okay, still 351s. See if we can punch through there and get going again. That would be good for me because I'm long in it. It's kind of crappy. Not as crappy as it was, but still pretty crappy. We'll just leave it at that, TVTX. Does it? Yeah, is it going to break down? I don't know. Again, it's not a stock. I don't think I've ever followed this stock, so I'm pleading ignorant here and was very careful about what I wanted to do with it. So obviously, I'm doing nothing. Same thing with PAR. Okay, which is done. A lot of nothing. Barely $1 worth of range there. Kind of fades a couple of times, like it was going to go long, going to go north, but hasn't done that. Let's check Intel and AMD. Again, this checking is checking. Constantly checking what's going on with the stocks we're following. And also looking at what's going on as far as their charts go, because maybe we can find a trade in there. All right, and if it does some work this way, is this a spot to pick it up? Maybe, but it seems like it moves every day, and when it comes off levels, it comes off in a pretty fierce way. So I'm going to hold off as far as that goes there. Okay, and then AMD was 218 something last we checked, and still kind of going along there. And that similar to Intel, going across after gapping and a little bit of sideways. Is it a trade again? I'm going to hold off. Not going to look to do anything there. Okay, as far as my list, percentage movers on the upside here as my stuff goes. Okay, Moderna there pushing higher. So remember, I kind of said I was a big no on here and saying down here. We'll chalk it up to shoulda, woulda, coulda, but didn't. All right, and just live with it. We got BioNTech's going up too. Yeah, so BioNTech's back toward the highs here, and just to look at Novavax, just to take a look. Okay, so actually for this stock made a decent move from right around $8 to $8.32, and that would be a trade there. I mean, it's hard to look for a lot more than that in a regular trade in this. So if I realistically, if I was long, from around $8 or so to here, I'd be out of at least half of it, if not the whole position. All right, just knowing myself and the way I go with things. All right, let's go back and look at GEV and CEG. All right, GEV still hanging to 650. So what I said was a range between 660 and 650 is more like hanging on to 650 again. It wants to be 650 again. All right, like it played around with 640 for most of yesterday, hanging around 650. It likes those round numbers. Okay, and by round numbers I mean 40, 50, 60. Prior times 70 and 80 was like playing with even 90 there. Okay, likes numbers like that. All right, not really seeing anything I want to do there. And Constellation Energy, we saw around 340 or so, I believe, from before. Okay, so a little bit lower, came off the 340, mid 338s right now. Has quieted down. I was getting excited about the range early in the day. Hasn't done a heck of a lot since then. I do want to stop back and revisit the Pure Storage because I had been short and was looking now to get long 72.70 and just not seeing. No, we haven't seen a down move in a while. Just seeing these small candles in this consolidation here. So not a lot going on there. And I have a little more than 5 minutes left with you guys. And it's been interesting, but it hasn't been, we haven't done a heck of a lot of trades here, only trades in LHX and trades in and one trade in PSTG. So not a hell of a lot. And like I said, I'm just my P&L's a little bit to the south side. So actually might not. All right, I'm up a tad. All right, I went to find a tad, but I'm not doing backflips. I'm up a little bit on the day here, mainly thanks to the pure storage. Certainly not thanks to LHX. All right. Speaking of which, we can revisit this here. So I see it just like came in a little bit more. Yeah. So got up a little, got up above 352. Now just a little below 350, and it's a lot of sideways here. So it's really quieted down. But again, I'm still I still have a small position, and we'll see how it goes. I want to go back and look at Rivian and Tesla, and then we'll look solar. Okay, Rivian, it's a little bit of an up candle, but in reality, it's like a little more than 10 cents or so. Range here is 40 cents on the day. Not particularly good. Tesla. All right, poking up a little. Maybe it wants to do something today. I mean, it hasn't done a hell of a lot. I mean, $6 or so worth of range is not good. I want to go before I go solar. I want to look at MDB because I still had it in there. Nope. All right, cancel that. I would have to cancel it in a few minutes anyway. So cancel that. Now look at solar guys. Let's look end phase. Okay, so moving up a little bit. Some of the other guys more interesting, but first solar. Okay, was looking good. Was looking good on this candle. Has since then, dropped off. All right, so down now 3 points off the highs there. Run, sun run. Off a little, still. I mean, still looking pretty good. And again, I'm way away. Wondering if I should be doing some trade at some point. Not really seeing south of 19. Not really seeing it. Solar Edge was the one that hadn't get going. It didn't get going. We saw, we've seen sideways, and I said, do we hop on the laggard? And I said no, and would be a whole big thing of nothing here. All right, stuck with position. So I'm glad, even though it would have been a smaller amount, like I said, a fifth normal size or quarter normal size, something like that. It would just be something I'm sitting with. So not want to be involved there. Couple of minutes left with you guys, so I'll go back and look at AI. And unfortunately, it's not going down. I put in 1280 for it, and since I did that, it's been going up slowly. So we had these nice, couple of decent size red candles here on the downside, and since then it's been kind of quiet, sliding up a little bit by little bit. What else can go to charter? I can look at charter in a while. So pretty quiet morning. I still have the LHX. The only thing I have on right now. Uh, not not the best thing, but not awful because cut back in size. All right, so certain situations, you make a call and it winds up being okay call. Charter been quiet today. I'm not particularly close after what I would call a more interesting day there because it hasn't been the most exciting stock lately. We didn't look at CoreWeave too. We would look at CoreWeave and Carvana before we hang it up here in the 11 o'clock hour. I hit enter. Yeah, I hit enter. What the heck? All right, CoreWeave. I hit the wrong sim. What? CRW. V. Hello. I know what happened there, but wait. Let's go. Come on, it's 11 o'clock here. All right, so CoreWeave quieter day. All right, after a good day yesterday, and then Carvana. Wait on Carvana here for a sec. Okay, so after it jetted up to 472, has been kind of quiet. So with that, I'll leave you guys and have a good rest of your trading day, and be back with you tomorrow morning, and hopefully get on everything I should be on. I'll get like the proper instructions that I can go with. See ya.
Appreciate you, Jim. Always wonderful to get your insights. And make sure my sound here is good. Share my screen here with you all. over here. Okay. Had to make sure my sound was good because I've had too many times where we did like full streams. We did like full streams, and it turned out that my audio was bad, or like part of the screen was like not being recorded, or some weird thing is going on. Um, I sent this earlier in the chats. It's another entry on NZD Chef. Depending on your broker. I'm only risking. Actually, let me check something. Did I get stopped out? Did I get stopped out in profit? I did. On one of my entries, I got stopped out in profit. So, gonna go ahead and get back in with the same risk. Um, right now. Um, just because I didn't like that. My entry was gone. NZD USD. I got alerted for, but this is what we had set up on the stream um yesterday. And then we also had set up this trade here on the stream. Turned out to be such a banger. I love it. 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 Love when we have the super banger trades. Let me make sure my sound is good here. Super. Um, it just keeps pushing. Um, if we're gonna get an opportunity to scale in on this, it'll be probably right here. Probably get a pullback to this area here and get an opportunity to scale in further. So I'm gonna go ahead and set an alert there. This is all really more so continuation from yesterday. We got the CPI print for the US. I'm gonna get into that shortly. I just wanted to go ahead and get that squared, and then just because I just got a notification from an entry. Ooh, this is where I wanted to get in, and this is where I wanted it at. So yeah. Um, I said so. We must have gotten a good, like inflation must have ticked down just a little bit. Um, and we said the scenario, if we do get that, we'll probably get price pushing down into this area here. We've gotten that. Now let me share this tab instead. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, forecast was 0.3%. It came out at 0.2%. Previous was 0.2%, so really unchanged with the CPI month over month. Year over year, same thing. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. What else we got? Oh, Trump is gonna speak at one. Oh, okay, bet. Yeah. Okay, see that see when you see how everything's about to play out, it gives you very good context. You know what I'm saying? Um, come back over here. Where's my chart at? Oh, I took it off of there. So since Trump is speaking today, he's probably gonna be like, "We need to cut rates. We need to cut them," or something like that, right? Um, let's look at DXY real quick. See exactly how DXY reacted. Yeah. Um, not a crazy reaction or anything like that, but we're testing this area here. It's never exact. These boxes don't really mean anything. Um, We're retesting this short term resistance liquidity area here. I don't think see, that we're getting to the top to the upper part of this flat here, and like I want to hear what Trump's got to say today. I think that'll give a lot of context, but I do like this a whole lot here. Um, but I don't want to catch a falling knife, dare I say. You know, um, so like we're already at like the bottom of this area that I really like. But I mean, there's this wick right here at the very bottom of this. So like honestly, stoppage here is optimal. Anything out of here, then we seek opportunity at the bottom, or we just let price do what it do. You feel me? And buy up from a random area that we're not expecting, and then we'll just catch a pullback. That's how we do that. But I like this. I do. Um, let's check. Let's check the edge finder real quick and see if the read for NZD USD has gotten a little bit stronger. So NZD Chef and NZD JPY are both very. Let me see, so you guys can see this. What I'm saying, are both very bullish. Not well, I wouldn't say very bullish, but they're pretty bullish. They both got +7 scores, uh, and then NZD USD has a +6 score. So I like this pullback. I like this pullback. Take it some higher. I think we can. Oops, that's the wrong tab. Get rid of that. Go back over here. Oh man, I'm gonna need to update. I gotta update my laptop today. Being a little extra slow is all. Oh man, why did that come up? Yeah. Yep. I listen. I got the notification like 3 weeks ago that I needed to update my MacBook, and I've been so busy, chat. You know, um, you don't always get done what you're supposed to do. Granted, I get most of my daily tasks done. It's just like little things like updating. Wow, why is my screen being so like this is a special kind of messed up right now that it wants to be. This is very slow. Oy vey, oh vey, oh vey, oh vey. Give me a second, chat. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. It's finally time for an update. If I can grab this box here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep the stream on the shorter side today because um yeah, my laptop's going through it. My laptop's going through it right now. It is. Mm, I wish my laptop would like Oi, fucking vey. Excuse my language, chat. I don't usually curse. But what is these? What is these? Okay, so that's the entry. Roughly, roughly risking like just a round entry. Don't give it a whole bunch of room. I'm not giving it that full box of room to run. Um, no, I am not. No, I am not. But I am gonna. I'm gonna take a trade here. Small trade. Oh, wow, my app shut down. What the world is going on, man? All right, very small, very small by position. Very small, risking lightly, I tell you. Risking lightly, I tell you. Risk lightly. Very small, managed. You know what I'm saying? We're not taking no crazy, bet our whole account on it, entries, nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. Um, unless you're in like a free trading competition or something like that, then like go crazy because why not? Go crazy because why not? But I mean, like realistically, you should never trade outside of how you would trade on a regular live account. Doesn't matter if it's a $1 million competition account. It's like outside of like the lot sizing, of course, is gonna be a little different. Like nothing else should change. Nothing else. Where's NU? I'm gonna trade it over here. I'm gonna trade it over here too. It's pinging a little lower. It's pinging a little lower. But I ain't gonna lie. Like this week, I was like, man, any buy setups that NZD gives me, I'm taking. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. This is where my entry is. This is where the entry I just took is. It's exactly there, actually. Isn't that weird? Felt like price wasn't there yet, but that's what my entry is here on my broker. Ain't that something? Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Um, for folks that are watching like the replay, um, you can go in the link in the description to get signed up for the trading competition that I am actually the CEO and competing in. I'm not going crazy in it. I definitely just made a quick little hundon though, just saying, you know what I'm saying? But the CEO gonna try to, you feel me, light a little fire up under y'all so y'all can really get to it. So um if I win, I'm not like if I somehow win, I'm not gonna count. You feel me? It'll be the next the next five people. But I do want to set the bar high. I want to set the bar high for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already, get in the trading competition. Let's take a look at gold. Whew. been on fire. Look what our trade did. It just gone. Did the gone. Did the gone. This one, like I'm probably gonna do another little clip where I'm going back to when I was marking this up because I think I have it pinned to one of my TikToks or something. I think I do. But when I marked this up for this breakout and then it broke out and then continued, oof, it was so voila. And then we missed an entry here, and we got an entry here. It's been an emotional roller coaster with gold towards the end of the year. But I think we're getting a 5K gold. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, we give it some structure on this 30-minute, right? So right now, I'm about to get rid of all the drawings. Okay, we're gonna give it just fresh chart here. You know, we ask what would happen next. Right? What can happen next here? Well, I'm not a gold bear, but we need to pull back just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, at least this channel right here that we've been forming on gold, um, what would kind of go together is a pullback to this prior all time high here. Boom, a channel touch, or at least somewhere close to a channel touch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just this channel's been pretty sturdy since like right here. You know what I mean? So it's like the next trade that I would like on gold is a pullback to right here. Boom, let's take it higher. Boom, let's take it higher. Until then, I got stopped out in profit in most of my entries. I have one runner still running. It's pretty small. It's like $400. But I would like a pullback to this 43.86 area, and then from there 5K. From there 5K. I don't think we go to 5K from here. I don't. I don't. I think we come back to tap this prior all time high from October 16th and 20th. Tap that. Um, just because, like, you know what I'm saying, like, retail traders are getting confident. Retail's getting excited. When retail's super excited, you need to be a little scared, and when retail's scared, you need to get excited. Nah, retail traders been on fire this year, realistically. Um, Intraday, there's some volume support here. At this 45.85 level. Like, if that holds, then everything I'm saying goes to poop. That's just it gonna be wrong, and it's just gonna continue higher. But I think that this area here minimally is going to pull price. I think this area here is gonna pull price minimally. Like, we do have a level here, a level of concern, not concern, but a, a prior major level. You know what I mean? That's at 4515 area, and we left a gap there. So this gap may pull us, right? And as the gap pulls us, maybe because we did just get something like a like not too crazy. Like, inflation ain't like it's bad, but it ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? So gold has room to cool off for a second, right? And then as January ticks on, February comes in, you know, I think we can go into a slight little consolidation here, and then it turns into what looks like a bear market to come back down to these levels. Now, granted, it could do this a lot faster, but patience, folks. I think like mid February, mid late February, and they start talking about cutting rates, due to the economic data that's going to be coming out. And it becomes more of a possibility of it not being pushed all the way to June. Then that all correlates into this being a good entry. So when price gets down here, we need data to be roughly sticky on the inflation side still, and we need the Fed to be at least seeming like they're leaning towards cutting a little bit earlier than where they're leaning at this very moment in time right now. All right, so those factors are what's going to correlate to this being a good entry. So just to help y'all understand, like I don't just like find entries and then when they get there I just trade no matter what. Not the context has to stay there, and truly be there for that to work out. But um NZD for the most part, there's not too much trading to be done outside of our NZD trades and our EURCHF trade. I mean, trying to find another entry, that is, I want to come here and give y'all a new trade every single day, but there's not always going to be, an entry right there. I did just give y'all that NU setup though, so Um. All right. Let's go. Let me go. Let's go over here to the Edge Finder real quick and check out. Well, it's really not necessarily hard, but it's like not too much that wants to be traded. NZD JPY. That's strong enough. That's strong enough for me to want to trade. Let's see. Ooh, and we're getting a pullback. And we're getting a pullback. And we love that. And we love that. Okay. Ooh, a pullback to a nice level here. Ooh, this is a break, like a retest going on. Because it broke that swing high here. Now we're retesting that broken swing high. Oof. Who said there wasn't entries on string? Who said there wasn't entries on string? I think there's some entries on stream chat. Okay, so this whole level is a player here. This whole level is a player here, right? Let's get rid of this line. We don't need this line. We know where it is. No, I can turn that back on. Yeah, you can fall just a little bit more. You can give me just a little bit more before I decide to get in there. But I would definitely like to take, I don't know, I like NZD trades this week a whole lot. Um this already showed its ability to go higher. So we gonna go with it. And then if it just says screw us and trickles lower, then I would love I would love to just try again right here. I would also love because it's a super discount. It's a super discount. I like discounts. I love discounts. I love discounts. But price action seems to be giving us an opportunity right here with this break right here. A lot of people be like, why don't you want it to retrace more? Because then it's losing the momentum that it built up from all of this right here. This is compacted orders here. Then boom, distribution. So accumulation, distribution. And hopefully we're gonna continue to distribute higher. Let's go on the 4 hour daily. There we go. So where our key levels are. Another key level here, and another key level right there. Let's go back to our 1 hour. And the risk to reward gets so sweet. It gets so sweet, you know? Um, because regardless, one way or another, I'm gonna get it one way or another. Um, yeah. Either way, either way, we trade it. It either leaves from this zone, right, or it melts through it, and then comes down here to give us an even better opportunity than this here. So, well, I mean, technically that's a 15-1, and this is a 7-1. If I actually give it just this area here, though, it's roughly like a 13-1. But I do want to see about this key level. But see, like when you're talking about moves this big from 91 to 95 on NZDJPY, we're talking about like uh the BLJ having their ears turned off. It's the Baker's band. Um yeah, essentially the BLJ having their ears turned off, which it's like it's only so nonchalant they'll be. So um once we make this move here, then it's time to just trail stops, because at that point we could start seeing quick nasty reversals. Mm, that's just a fact. um but um today today I was only gonna do 30 minutes just because it's a little bit more dead of a trading day. Um, and we got NCDJPY here clearly. They did. Yeah, it like tried to violate us right here with this wick, but we don't care because we go higher. Um, yeah. I think I'm probably gonna leave this one up here for a few hours for y'all. Yeah. Yes, sir. Um, so just to give everybody a heads up. So I'm chatting with some more content folks. I've been having more conversations. So there are gonna be some more faces that I'll be introducing to you all on the show here. Um, I'll still be on here, at 11 o'clock to 11:30, 11:45 ish, roughly every day to give y'all, you know, top dog analysis from the CEO, of course. But for whether that be before Jim gets on at 9:15 or after I get off at 11:30, we're gonna have a lot more voices and faces um here for you guys. So uh be on the lookout for that. Let me take a look at something real quick. Yeah, I'll let that ride out. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all can just I'll let y'all rock out with my chart here. Um if you're watching the replay, you can find all of our links in the description. Whether that be to go check out the bird's eye tool, the free tool that I use in my trading every single day. And it's like so simple and easy to use. Like all you have to do is just Go over there. Let me show you. Just go over there like this. It's free. You don't have to sign up or nothing. There's a box where you type in whatever you're trading. Boom. GPJPY. Put it in there. Get sentiment. Neutral momentum detected. That tells me it's probably not going to give a whole bunch of movement in the next like 5 to 10 hours ish. More than likely, it'll be more so ready to do something when I see that it says incoming bullishness or incoming bearishness. That's how the bird's eye view tool works. You get your overall general bias from whatever fundamental analysis you do, whether that be, you know, Bloomberg Terminal or Edge Finder, or you just reading through data all day, whatever you do to get your overall bias, you have that, and then you use this to figure out what's the best entry, when's the best entry, right? Real simple, real easy to use. So I invite everybody to make good use of that. I spent a lot of time, making it, refining it so it could, really benefit our community here. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.